My name's Alicia. This is my 6-month-old Holden, and this is Leanna, my 1.5-year-old. She'll be 2 in November, and my 3-year-old is actually at a medical daycare center. He was born at 23 weeks, so he's a little bit behind, but I'll be talking about that later. Also, I'm going to be talking about in my videos, like my pregnancies, with all 3 of them, how life has been with handling all 3 kids at the same in the same age groups. So yeah, and we've been having ups and downs, but we've been managing it really well. And I'm also married to my wonderful husband. We've been together for about 5 years, been married for 3, and it's been a roller coaster ride, I should say, but all together it's been wonderful. So here's my story on my firstborn. Throughout my pregnancy with my firstborn, it's been really easy until up about 16 to 17 weeks. My husband and I, we were grabbing a bite to eat, and our way back from home, we got into a car accident. So my husband immediately called 911, and so I got taken by the ambulance. And when I went to the ER, they checked me out. You know, they did an ultrasound to make sure the baby was okay, and they said everything looked great. So we're like, okay, well, that's wonderful. So weeks later, when I was 23 weeks straight, I started noticing that I was spotting, and which it wasn't normal for me, because the whole, pregnancy up until 23 weeks, I wasn't spotting at all. So we decided to call my OB to make sure, if it was just, normal, and the doctor even said it was just normal. So we're like, okay, well, we just went along our day. We wanted to go to Disney Springs, which is downtown Disney, if you guys live in a different state. So we walked around, we watched a movie, and when we were there, I was having a lot of pains, which I thought I was having gas pains because, throughout that time, I was having a lot of gas pains and just experiencing those kind of pains. So I was like, oh, well, it's just normal for me to have those, so, I'll be fine. Well, when we came home, like around midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, I was still having the pains, but I was kind of pushing it off. So I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to go to bed. Well, in the middle of the night, I woke up crying and screaming, and I told my husband, hey, I'm really in pain. I can't stand it any longer. Tears was running down my face. He's like, okay, we're just gonna take you to the hospital right away. So when we got there, So when we got there, they examined me, and they said I was 5 centimeters dilated, and I was having lots of real labor contractions. And it didn't even seem like, apparently to my husband, didn't even seem like I was in that kind of pain, because, I have high tolerance of pain. So, I was like walking and all that stuff. And so anyways, so they gave me a whole bunch of medication to stop the labor. And when they did, I threw up and my water broke. And so when that happens, my placenta erupted, and so they rushed me to have an emergency C-section. And I tell you, at that moment, I didn't even know what was going on. I was so scared. I was so worried. Like, I was even crying so hard, and it just, everything happens really fast. I couldn't even have time to process what was going on. So I was just freaking out. My husband couldn't be with me in the OR with me. I was just like, when I was just alone, I didn't even know what to think. I was just crying my eyes out so badly. So of course they had to put me on anesthesia. They had to put me to sleep since it was emergency C-section. So anyways, when I woke up, they told me that my son only had 5% of chance of survival. And when I woke up, you know, I was so worried about him. I thought he didn't make it, but he did. And so he was super tiny. I'll be showing like pictures and videos on the next video that I make. If you guys want to see that, you can comment down below to say if you want me to post it or not, if you're really interested in it. But he was very tiny. Like, you can see his bones, like you can see his veins. I mean, it was very detailed of what you could see. He was so tiny that his hands and his ankles fit inside like a ring. It was just so incredible, but very tiny at the same time. He had lots of up and downs in the NICU. He was there for 4.5 months, and he had lots of issues down the road. He had a grade 4 brain bleed, and his lung collapsed at one point. But overall, he did really well. And now he's 3. His development is delayed, obviously, because of prematurely. He was. But he can't walk. He can't crawl. He's scooting now, but he's learning how to sit up on his own. He's doing really good at that. He's learning how to feed himself right now. And doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't really know how to communicate as well. But it's a work in progress for him. Like, he's just making his own milestones. You know, these 2 were perfectly normal, but I'll be talking about these 2 pregnancies later on in my other videos. So yeah, that's my dramatic, my firstborn experience, and thank God that I'm not going to be able to experience that again. I'll be talking about that more on these 2 pregnancies, but he's doing wonderful now. I call him my miracle baby. I am so grateful and blessed that he's alive. He fought so hard in the NICU. He's still fighting, you know, through all the struggles that he's going through. He had a shunt put in. Yeah, he had a shunt put in January because, you know, he had a lot of fluid in his brain when he was born, but they decided that he needed one. So it's been really tough. So keep him in your prayers. He's still doing good. So, well, I'm going to end this video, and I'll see you on the next one. If you like this video, give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Bye.